Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading. This one is going to be deep because you're discovering something beautiful right now about strength, about power, about what it really means to be confident. Let's dive in. Leo, what I'm seeing for you is a profound shift in how you understand your own power. You're learning that true strength doesn't come from being hard, it comes from being vulnerable. You're discovering that humility is not weakness, it's the deepest form of confidence. And this is revolutionary for you, Leo. This is you evolving into a more mature, more authentic version of yourself. Let me pull some cards and see what's happening in your current energy. All right, let's see what's showing up for you. Okay, the first card is the Hermit. Leo, you've been going inward. The Hermit is introspection, solitude, wisdom. You've been taking time alone to really look at yourself, at your patterns, at the ways you've been showing up in the world. And what you're discovering is that you don't have to be loud to be powerful. You don't have to be the center of attention to matter. You don't have to roar to be heard. The Hermit is showing me that you're finding a quieter, deeper kind of strength. Let me see what else. The Queen of Cups. Beautiful. This is your emotional intelligence, Leo. This is you learning to connect with your feelings, with your vulnerability. The Queen of Cups is compassionate, intuitive, open. She doesn't hide behind a mask. She doesn't pretend to be strong when she's struggling. She's honest. She's real. And that's the energy you're stepping into. You're allowing yourself to be soft, to be open, to show people the parts of you that aren't always shining. One more card for your current energy, strength, of course. But Leo, notice that this card is not about aggression. It's not about domination. Strength is a woman gently closing the mouth of a lion. It's soft power. It's knowing you're strong enough to be gentle. It's having the confidence to be vulnerable. This is what you're embodying right now. You're realizing that the strongest thing you can do is admit when you're struggling, ask for help, show up as your full, imperfect human self. So your current energy is all about this quiet transformation. You're becoming more real, more humble, more connected to the softer parts of yourself. And Leo, this is making you more powerful, not less. Let me pull some more cards and see what's been happening recently that's brought you to this point. Let's look at the recent past. The Five of Swords. There's been conflict here, Leo. Maybe an argument, a power struggle, a situation where you felt like you had to prove yourself. The Five of Swords is winning at all costs, but it's a hollow victory. And I'm seeing that you've experienced this recently. Maybe you won the argument, but lost the relationship. Maybe you proved your point, but felt empty afterward. The Five of Swords is showing me that you've been learning that being right is not the same as being connected. Let me see what else has been going on. The Tower. Oh, Leo, something has shaken you. The Tower is disruption, upheaval, the crumbling of what you thought was solid. Maybe a relationship ended. Maybe a job fell apart. Maybe a belief you held about yourself got challenged. The Tower is showing me that you've been through something that forced you to reassess everything. And it's been painful, but it's also been necessary because the Tower clears away what's false so that what's true can emerge. One more card for the recent past, the Four of Cups. You've been in a space of dissatisfaction, Leo. The Four of Cups is feeling like something is missing even when things look good on the surface. And I'm seeing that you've been questioning whether the way you've been living, the way you've been showing up is actually fulfilling. Maybe you've realized that always being the strong one, always being the leader, always being the one with all the answers is exhausting. Maybe you've been craving something deeper, something more real. So, what's brought you here is conflict that felt empty, disruption that shook your foundation, and a deep dissatisfaction with the way things have been. And now, Leo, you're ready for something different. You're ready to soften. You're ready to be real. Let's see what's coming in for you now as you step into this new energy. What happens when Leo embraces vulnerability? The Ace of Cups. Oh, I love this. New emotional beginnings, Leo. The Ace of Cups is an overflow of love, compassion, connection. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, when you stop pretending to have it all together, you open the door to real intimacy. You let people in, you connect on a deeper level. The Ace of Cups is showing me that this softness you're discovering is going to bring so much love into your life. Not superficial admiration, but real, deep, authentic love. Let me see what else is coming in. The Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving, Leo. You've been so used to being the giver, the strong one, the one who has it all figured out. But the Six of Pentacles is showing me that you're learning to receive. You're learning to let people help you. You're learning that it's okay to need support. And this balance, this ability to both give and receive, is creating so much more harmony in your life. One more card. What else is coming in for Leo? The star, hope, Leo, healing, renewal. The star is showing me that this journey into vulnerability, into humility, is deeply healing for you. It's restoring your faith in yourself and in others. It's helping you see that you don't have to be perfect to be loved. You just have to be you. The star is peace. It's knowing that you're exactly where you need to be. So the energy coming in is deep connection, balance in giving and receiving, and profound healing. Leo, this is beautiful. Now let's go deeper. Let's talk about what vulnerability actually looks like for you, because I know this might feel foreign. I know you might be afraid that if you show weakness, people will lose respect for you. Let me pull some cards and see what Spirit wants you to know about this. All right, let's see. How does Leo embrace vulnerability? The Two of Cups. Through connection, Leo. The Two of Cups is partnership, mutual respect, equal exchange. Vulnerability is not about collapsing or falling apart. It's about being honest with someone you trust. It's about saying, I'm struggling right now, or I don't have all the answers, or I need your support. The Two of Cups is showing me that when you're vulnerable with the right people, it doesn't make you weak. It makes the relationship stronger. Let me see what else. The Page of Swords. Curiosity, Leo. The Page of Swords is open minded, willing to learn, asking questions. Vulnerability means admitting that you don't know everything. It means being curious about your own emotions, your own patterns. It means being willing to look at the parts of yourself that are uncomfortable. The Page of Swords is showing me that humility is about staying curious, staying open, being a student of your own life. One more. Tell me more about how Leo can embrace this energy. The Three of Pentacles. With support, Leo, the Three of Pentacles is collaboration, teamwork. You don't have to do this alone. Maybe you're working with a therapist. Maybe you're opening up to a trusted friend. Maybe you're joining a community where vulnerability is valued. The Three of Pentacles is showing me that it's okay to get help as you learn to soften. In fact, it's essential. So, how do you embrace vulnerability? Through honest connection, through curiosity about yourself, and with the support of people who value authenticity. Now, let's talk about what might be resisting this shift. What's holding you back from fully stepping into this softer power? Let me see. The Emperor. Ah, Leo, you're afraid of losing control. The Emperor is structure, authority, leadership. And there's a part of you that believes if you admit you're struggling, if you show vulnerability, you'll lose your authority. You'll lose people's respect. The Emperor is showing me that this is the old paradigm you're working with. But here's the truth, Leo. Real leadership is not about being invincible, it's about being human. People respect vulnerability more than perfection because it's relatable. It's real. Let me see what else is blocking you. The Seven of Wands. You're in defense mode, Leo. The Seven of Wands is fighting, protecting, keeping people at arm's length. And I'm seeing that you've built walls around yourself. Maybe you've been hurt before when you were vulnerable. Maybe someone used your openness against you. The Seven of Wands is showing me that you're protecting yourself, but those walls are also keeping out the love and connection you're craving. One more card. What else does Leo need to be aware of? The Devil. Ego, Leo. The devil can represent being trapped by your own need to appear strong, successful, in control. There's an addiction here to the image of perfection, and Spirit is showing me that this is what's keeping you stuck. The devil reversed would be liberation, but upright, it's saying you're still chained to this idea of who you think you need to be instead of just being who you are. So the obstacles are fear of losing control, walls built from past hurt, and attachment to an image of perfection. But Leo, you're ready to face these. You're ready to let them go. Let me pull some cards and see what Spirit wants you to know about the other side of this. What happens when Leo fully embraces humility and vulnerability? The Sun. Joy, Leo. Authentic, radiant joy. When you stop trying to be perfect, when you stop hiding behind a mask, you get to just be. And that's where real happiness lives. The Sun is showing me that there's so much lightness, so much freedom waiting for you when you let go of the need to always be strong. You're going to laugh more. You're going to feel more alive. You're going to enjoy your life instead of constantly performing in it. Let me see what else. The Empress. You're going to be able to nurture yourself, Leo. The Empress is self care, self love, abundance. When you stop pushing yourself to be invincible, you give yourself permission to rest, to feel, to be gentle with yourself. The Empress is showing me that this softer energy is going to help you take better care of yourself. You're going to prioritize your well being. You're going to listen to your body, your heart, your soul. One more. The Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment, Leo, deep, lasting happiness. The Ten of Cups is showing me that when you're real, when you're vulnerable, when you connect with people from a place of authenticity, your relationships become so much richer. You're not going to be lonely anymore. You're not going to feel like you have to carry everything by yourself. You're going to have people who truly see you and love you for who you are, not who you pretend to be. So the other side of humility is joy, self nurturing, and deep emotional fulfillment. Leo, this is worth every bit of discomfort you're feeling right now. Let's look at specific areas where this shift is happening. Let me pull some cards for love, career, and personal growth and see where spirit is highlighting this energy of vulnerability. All right, vulnerability in love. Let's see. The Lovers. Perfect. Leo, in your romantic life, this is where the shift is most powerful. The Lovers card is about authentic connection, soul level intimacy. And I'm seeing that you're learning to show up in love as your real self, not your polished, perfect self. Maybe you're admitting when you're scared. Maybe you're saying, I need you, instead of always being the strong one. Maybe you're letting your partner see the parts of you that aren't always shining. The Lover's card is showing me that this vulnerability is deepening your connection. It's making your relationship more real. Now let's look at career. How is this energy showing up in your work? The Eight of Pentacles. Leo, you're becoming a student again. The Eight of Pentacles is dedication, skill building, mastery. And I'm seeing that you're letting go of the need to pretend you know everything. You're asking questions. You're admitting when you need help. You're learning. And this humility is actually making you better at what you do. The Eight of Pentacles is showing me that when you approach your work with openness and curiosity instead of ego, you grow so much faster. And finally, let's look at personal growth. What's happening internally for you? The High Priestess. You're going deep, Leo. The High Priestess is intuition, inner wisdom, the subconscious. You're spending time alone, journaling, meditating, really listening to yourself. You're exploring the parts of you that you've ignored or hidden. The High Priestess is showing me that this inner work, this willingness to look at your shadow, is where the real transformation is happening. You're getting to know yourself on a much deeper level. So in love, you're showing up more authentically. In work, you're learning with humility. In personal growth, you're going deep into your inner world. Beautiful, Leo. Let me see if there are any messages from your guides. What do your guides want you to know about this journey? All right, let's pull some oracle cards. What does Leo need to hear right now? The first card is courage. Your guides are saying that vulnerability takes courage, Leo. It's not weakness to show your struggles, it's bravery. It takes so much strength to be real, to be open, to let people see you. And your guides are acknowledging that. They're saying, we see your courage. Keep going. Next card, trust. Your guides are asking you to trust the process, Leo. Trust that you don't have to have it all figured out. Trust that it's okay to not know. Trust that the people who are meant for you will love you more, not less, when you're vulnerable. Trust yourself. One more message, healing. Your guides are saying that this softness, this humility is healing old wounds. Maybe wounds from childhood, from past relationships, from times when you felt like you had to be strong to survive. Your guides are showing me that it's safe to soften now. You're not in survival mode anymore. You're in healing mode. Leo, your guides are so proud of you. They're with you every step of the way. Now let's look at the energy of the coming weeks. As you continue to soften, as you continue to embrace vulnerability, what's unfolding? The Wheel of Fortune. Change, Leo, big change. The Wheel of Fortune is cycles, destiny, things shifting in your favor. As you step into this more authentic version of yourself, opportunities are going to open up. People are going to be drawn to you in a new way. Your life is going to start aligning with who you really are, not who you've been pretending to be. The wheel is turning, Leo, and it's bringing you blessings. Let me see what else is coming. The Nine of Cups. Wishes fulfilled, Leo. Emotional satisfaction. The Nine of Cups is showing me that what you've been longing for, deep connection, real intimacy, a sense of peace, it's coming, it's here. As you soften, as you open, as you let people in, you're going to feel so much more fulfilled. One more card for the energy coming in, the Ace of Wands. New passion, Leo, new inspiration. The Ace of Wands is creative fire, but it's different from the fire you're used to. This is not about proving yourself. This is about creating from a place of joy, from a place of authenticity. The Ace of Wands is showing me that as you let go of ego, you're going to rediscover what you're truly passionate about, and it's going to light you up. So the energy coming in is positive change, emotional fulfillment, and reignited passion. Leo, you're stepping into something beautiful. Let me pull one final card. What is the overall message for Leo about this journey into humility and vulnerability? The world, completion, Leo, wholeness. The world is showing me that this is not about becoming less. It's about becoming whole. You're integrating all the parts of yourself, the strong and the soft, the confident and the uncertain, the leader and the student. The world is mastery. It's knowing that you can be vulnerable and powerful at the same time. It's standing in the fullness of who you are without apology. Leo, your energy is shifting in the most beautiful way. You're discovering that strength doesn't mean being hard. It means being real. You're learning that confidence doesn't mean having all the answers. It means being curious. You're realizing that power doesn't come from perfection. It comes from authenticity. The universe is supporting you in this. Your guides are walking with you. And every time you choose vulnerability over pretense, every time you choose humility over ego, you're becoming more of who you're meant to be. Trust this process, Leo. Trust that people will respect you more, not less, when you're real. Trust that softness is strength. Trust that you are enough exactly as you are. If this message resonated with you, drop a comment below and let me know. Just say I received this or share which part of the reading really spoke to you. If you enjoyed this reading, give it a thumbs up, share it with another Leo who might need to hear this, and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss your next reading. Sending you so much love and light, Leo. You're evolving into something magnificent. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.